At the War Memorial in Syracuse, Dan Duva joined by one of the latest additions to the Crunch, Joel Vermin. Joel, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Oh, great. And it's wonderful to have you here in Syracuse, the War Memorial behind us. And for you to come here to North America to join this organization that has drafted you and has signed you, describe for us the last few days. What have stood out as some of the best moments in your first few days in Syracuse?
Well, there has been a couple of good few moments. I mean, I saw the game yesterday. Actually, if it wasn't the best game, but I got the first impression of how things are going, and that was good. So I know for tomorrow, like how everything is going with the game and stuff. So I'll be fine tomorrow. Yeah.
And that is the word that after being the 19th skater, just skating during warm-ups yesterday, that Joel will get to play in his first Crunch game Friday when Syracuse hosts Albany. So when you got the word that you would be playing in your first Crunch game on Friday, how did you react?
I was very excited because yeah, I mean, I'm really excited how I can kind of fit to the North American way of the game, and I'm really excited to play tomorrow for Syracuse Crunch. Yeah.
And you're from Switzerland. You've been playing in Switzerland with Bern the last several years, but the style there different than here. The rink size is different. So in the transition, how will you adapt to this North American style?
Uh, well, I'm just gonna just like with practices and lots of games, like just making sure my head speed and everything is ready. So then the rest will be ready too.
And of course, the ice size is different. We talked about that a little bit. How does that affect your game? And when you look at a smaller ice surface like this, especially in Syracuse with a smaller neutral zone, is that that much of a change for you?
Well, I think it's a big change, but I mean it's not impossible. I mean that's why I come here, and I'm getting used to it pretty quick.
And of course, having been in Switzerland the last few years, we talk about your production there. You had more points last season, but you take a step forward in other ways this season. Describe how has this season been for you? Take us through what the development and the growth for Joel Vermin over the last year.
Well, actually, I haven't been doing so good last season, but I learned a lot about myself, and I really learned how to handle like if it's not going well, and if the team's is having a bad season. So for the next time, I don't hope it's gonna happen, but if it's gonna happen, so I know I can act a little more calm, and so that will make it much easier to find back to my game after.
And you were signed to a 3-year entry-level contract before this season, and Tampa wanted you to be in Bern. You're 22 years old now, and there are other guys, say Adam Ernie, who's just joined the team. He's only 18. But you're in a position with a couple more years of professional experience. How does that maturity help in stepping into this role in a new country?
Yeah. Well, I think that's helping me a lot. I mean, I've seen a lot during the last couple of years, and especially at the professional hockey, that I think that's giving me some poise, and so I can act a little bit more calm. So I'm not getting too nervous. Yeah.
And we've seen just a little bit of your play through YouTube, and with the internet now, we can kind of watch you a little bit. But for those who have not seen you play before, what is your style of play? What are some of the things that folks will notice about you on the ice?
I'm trying really with speed to get to the net, get pucks and people to the net. Yeah, I'm really trying to work really hard on the ice, and yeah, I think that's described my play the best.
When the fans come to the game on Friday in the Crunch against Albany at 7 o'clock, and then Saturday it's against Utica right here at 7 o'clock, after the game they're going to say, hey, that number 92, Joel Vermin, I really think he fill in the blank. What are they going to say about you?
Oh, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, what would you like them to say about you?
Well, no, I'd like that they say like, "Wow, this kid is really good. He's really working hard, and he's really trying his best what he has in his body." Yeah.
And the organization, of course, has sought fit to put you here at the end of the season. And with only 9 games left, now 8 games after the game on Wednesday, what goals do you have for this period of time to finish out this regular season with the Crunch?
Well, my goal is to get used to the smaller ice rink, like you said before, pretty quick, so that will help me next year for the training camp. And then, like, it's pretty good for me, so I get to know the people, and so I know some guys for next year, and that's going to help me a lot, I think, for next year.
And you mentioned the guys that are on this team now, helping you become acclimated, leadership with Mike Angelides, the captain, and Rob Zettler, your head coach. How have those players welcomed you to Syracuse?
They've been very nice to me. They welcomed me very nicely, and I'm very glad to be here. Yeah.
And Tanner Richard is also from Switzerland. You have a relationship with him a little bit?
Yeah, we've talked already in the summer together, and it's pretty. I'm really glad he's here. So he's helping me a lot. Yeah, it's pretty good for me.
And to see not only Tanner here, and he was just finishing his first professional season, but the number of players, young guys who've come from juniors or college to the American League and now in Tampa Bay. Tyler Johnson and Andre Palat, Mark Barberio down the list. How exciting is it to see, from your perspective, the way that this organization has promoted its young talent?
That's pretty nice to see that they really want to have the young guys that they make it to the NHL. And I mean, Andre Palat was like also a 7th-round pick, like I do, so that's giving me a lot of confidence. And yeah, it's making the dream of NHL. It's making really realistic. Yeah.
Are you having fun yet?
Yes, I do. I really do, yeah.
And looking forward to seeing your first game here Friday against the Albany Devils, 7 o'clock here, and then Saturday it's a 7 o'clock game against the Utica Comets. Well, Joel Vermin, welcome to Syracuse. Welcome to the United States. We look forward to seeing you play Friday and for many, many seasons to come here in the Crunch and Lightning organizations. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
With Joel Vermin, I'm Dan Duva.